On the line with me at this time, y'all, I have no other than the homegirl, Venomiss. What's good?
Hey, what's good? What's good?
Yeah, I got Venomiss in the building, y'all.
Ow. Yes.
Yeah.
Overdue. We were talking about that. It's definitely overdue.
Oh, man, it's definitely overdue. I was thinking, I've never had you on none of my shows I've done. That's kind of
Yeah, but I'm here now. That's all that matters.
Exactly. That's all that matters, y'all. We're about to get this interview popping so we can learn about Venomiss herself, y'all.
Yeah.
Now, tell the people where you from.
I'm from Orange, New Jersey. I currently live in Raleigh, North Carolina, so I rep both. Shout out to Jersey, shout out to North Carolina. I always say the way I word it is like Jersey raised me, Jersey bred me, but Carolina grew me.
Right.
So, you know, because I pick, you pick up a little bit from both places, so.
True. You do.
Yeah. So.
Most definitely. That's what's up. Yes, New Jersey and North Carolina is repping in the building. Uh-oh.
Yes.
Shoot. Now.
Yeah. Jersey's a different place. It's very competitive music-wise. So, that being said, it's all about your bars. It's all about your bars. It's all about your delivery. It's all about who you are as an MC. Like, they really listen to you. You do a show in Jersey, they'll come up to you after the show and be like, yeah, on the third song, on the second line, when you said, you'd be like, dang, I wasn't expecting that, but I like it because it made me a perfectionist.
Yeah, that's good, though. People pay attention to what you do in your craft. If you want people to pay attention, so
yeah.
Good look, you know what I mean? If nobody is paying attention, then that's a problem. It's like,
right.
Okay,
that's a bad thing.
Yes. So, yeah, you definitely got these killer bars. Oh, man, your bars are so
Thank
sick.
you.
I'm like, man. And then you rap so fast. I'm like...
Yeah. Sometimes I rhyme slow, sometimes I rhyme quick. It just depends on my mood. If you're a hip-hop junkie, you caught that reference. But, it just depends on my mood. Some songs I go for the jugular, I go with the fast rap, and then other songs, I slow it down. Like Roofie, which is my new song, getting ready to come out in a little bit. Roofie is fast-paced. Slow-paced, and then Far Away, which is coming out soon, is also slow-paced. So it just depends on my mood, really, honestly.
I feel you on that. I feel you. I definitely do. Now, this is something that I've been wanting to know.
Yes.
What age did you start rapping?
I was like, I was a little kid. I was like 10, 12 years old. I remember battling my cousins. My cousins were looking for a record deal at the time. My female cousin, Yvette, shout out to Yvette. She hates when I tell a story, but whatever, I'm going to tell it anyway. Yvette was in a female Wu-Tang Clan group. And then her brother was her ghostwriter. Her brother, he was in I don't want to say like a Naughty by Nature type of group because it was around the same type of time, but it was 3 male MCs or whatever. And, but between the two of them, rap just became a part of my life all the time. It was like, spit some bars, I'll give you an extra fish stick, or, spit some bars, I'll give you some candy, it just became a constant thing for me. So even when they stopped doing it, I was still always doing it. Wow. It just became a part of me. So, and that's all. That's my main influence was my family, watching them do it.
Oh, wow. That's what's up. That's a good influence on your family, you know what I mean? Your family is definitely a motivation to you.
And your family is your toughest critics. Your family is your toughest critics. They will tell you when you're whack. They will tell you look stupid. They will tell you get off stage. If you can impress your family, and I know that sounds like counterproductive because you grow up with your family, but your family will always tell you like it is because guess what? You can't go nowhere. You can't lose them.
That's 100. Definitely.
So, yeah.
Most definitely. And actually, that's what any career you doing. It don't have to be rapping, singing, the radio, whatever. They're gonna let you know that, okay, this was lame.
Yeah. What was that? That was stupid. My mother, shout out to my mother. My mother wasn't really big on me doing the music in the beginning. And she is my toughest critic. If I can impress my mother with it, I can impress anybody with it. My mother will tell me, like, why you have that on? Like, what are you wearing? Don't wear that to the show. What lipstick is that? What color is that? My mother is brutal. She's a woman from Brooklyn, and she's a Gemini, and she don't bite her tongue. And she'll listen to songs, so I always, when I'm making new music, I run it by her and my daughter. They're my two toughest critics.
Wow. Well, that's what's up. That's good, you know what I mean? And it's also good to get other people's feedback. Shout out to my mother, Nessa. She is listening.
Hey, Nessa.
Now, I know you got something coming, but do you have any upcoming shows? I know you do.
I just did Little Mo and T.S. Madison December 23rd.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was really dope. It was a brand new venue, so our show was the first show at the venue, which was really exciting. And then I've got some shows coming up the end of January and the end of February, so watch my social media for the post, and I also keep my website up to date with the shows.
Yes.
So yeah, if you go to the front page of the website, that little bar at the bottom is always up to date on where I'm going to be. But I know I have shows January 20th, and then I've got shows somewhere at the end of February. Really right now just recording, promoting a new single, and staying focused, photo shoot. I do have a video dropping probably sometime in February. We did, if you keep up with me, I did an all-female cipher last year, and it was it was dope. It was freaking bananas. It was all 7 females from North Carolina. It came out bananas. We went viral. We had crazy feedback on it. So we did a part 2. So we're shooting the video for part 2 on January 14th. So shout outs to Tommy Sr. for keeping me involved in that franchise. It was a good look the first time around. It's already a good look second time around, and it hasn't even dropped yet.
Wow, that's very impressive. And I actually want to say that you brought up Lil Mo, your performance with Lil Mo. I actually seen that. Like, wow. It's dope.
It was a great night. It was a good crowd. Everybody was there for the right reasons. There's a lot of peace and love in the building. Lil Mo was dope. T.S. Madison was extremely funny. If you follow her on social media, she's freaking hilarious, but she's even funnier in person with no filter. So I loved my show. I had a great time. Shout out to K97.5 and Here I Am. That's the major radio station out here in North Carolina. They put it together and asked me to perform, so I really appreciate them.
Right, yeah, that's how I just want to say, keep doing your thing, because people are definitely watching you, definitely, like me.
Thank you. And thank you for watching. Like, that's dope, like, to know that you sat and took time to watch it. I appreciate it.
Yeah, I really did. I actually watched it last night and was like, this is hot. I was saying to myself, this should have been longer.
Yeah.
But, it's all good. You know what I mean? You caught some footage, and, hey.
I have a lot of footage. I try not to oversaturate people with show footage just because I know people want real videos and people want me to do more shows. So I feel like sometimes if you oversaturate with show footage, people are like, oh, well, I saw you on Facebook. It's like, okay, but come out and see it live is different. So,
right.
So it's way different live. So I like to tease people. I'm a teaser. I'm a Capricorn. We can't help it. We're mysterious. We like to throw little things at you.
Capricorns.
Capricorns, hey.
And your birthday tomorrow, so I know.
Yes, it is.
You lit.
Listen, I'm getting off this interview and I am turning up. You have no idea. As soon as I get off this interview, I'm blessed. It's another year.
Well,
music is going great. I got a new single coming out February 14th. Like, I am moving and happy and excited. So yes, when we hang up this phone, I'm turning up.
Turning down for what? And that's
exactly.
Yes. Now, tell the people, how did Federal District Records come about?
So I was on a tour. It was a mini tour. We did South Carolina, North Carolina, Atlanta, and New Orleans. And Nimrod was one of the headliners on the tour. So by the first city, you're kind of nervous. You're like, okay, I really don't know nobody. It was just me and a couple people from my team came. Shout out to Mitty because he held me down. He was my cameraman. He did everything. Cameraman. He drove. He did whatever he had to do to make sure things was done. So, and that's one of my closest friends. So shout out to him for holding it down. But anyway, you start building relationships with other artists because you're cramped together on a tour bus. You're in these venues, in these back rooms, getting briefs together. Y'all are eating together. And I started to get to know Nimrod about the second city. By the time we got to Atlanta, I would say I had taken a notice to his music. He had taken a notice to my own music. And by the time we got to New Orleans, we were all sitting at the same table. And he's like, yo, I think you should come on to the team. And I'm like, well, we'll see. So, it's one of those things you think you'll never hear from somebody again. And I get back to North Carolina and heard from him like the next week. He was extremely serious about it. And I started thinking about it. And I was like, you know what? It's just a good fit. I'm from Jersey. I want a team that can still work me back home, because I'm from Jersey, so I don't want to leave Jersey out of it. But then I'm self-sufficient enough that I could take care of myself in North Carolina. So I wanted a team that could kind of bring me up and down the East Coast, and that's what I found, and I love it. And I've been with them now 2 years. So
wow,
I know time flies.
I also see that you are the first lady.
Yes, I'm the first lady of bars, y'all. Yeah, I appreciate it. I work really hard. I try to make sure that I remember that I'm a face that's representing a brand. I try to be over ratchet and just super overboard, but I just really appreciate them for really getting me out there, pushing me, keeping me on point, telling me when my lipstick's crooked. I mean, they make sure I'm straight. And shout out to Shamika, Cal, the whole team. Shamika holds it down. Like they really keep me moving. I appreciate it, and I just feel so much more organized with a good team behind me.
Amen. I definitely can feel you.
Yeah.
You have a loyal team behind you, man. If you don't have a loyal team, then
you do
nothing.
You do, because 99% of what we do as artists is behind the scenes. Yeah. Like the stage, it's 5, 10, 15 minutes on the stage, but all the other stuff that has to be done, you need a solid team. I don't care if it's your mom, I don't care if it's your aunt. You need that one person you can go to that's gonna hold you down behind the scenes.
Facts. There y'all have it. Y'all heard it. That is a fact. You know what I mean? And shout out to my mother, because she always holding me down, and that's one of my number one supporters.
Yes.
So anybody that I have on my team, she's my number one supporter. You know what I mean? And you also have to remember there is no I in team. You cannot do it by yourself.
Right.
So,
yep.
Don't be stingy and don't be selfish.
Right. And the team is not just about the person in the front. Right. You don't know how many thank yous I send out, how many cards I write. You know what I mean? Like, I'm appreciative of things people do. I'm appreciative when people step in. Right. Shout out to my background dancer, Different. She goes above and beyond. If I post something, she makes sure it gets shared. If I have a show, she goes so hard with that flyer and all over Facebook, all over the group. Like, right. She's on it. So shout out. I just want to give her a special shout out, because she always behind the scenes holds me down. She's like, sis, what you need? You need me to hold the camera? What you need? You need me to hold your bag? Like, what you want? So, you gotta appreciate people like that in your corner, because they're very far and few in between.
Preach. Yes, that's very rare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm liking this. Okay. That's what's up. Now, what would you say your style of music is?
That's a question people ask me all the time, and I want to say my style of music is versatile.
I know that's right.
I do everything. I could do the hood songs. I could do the love songs. I could do the lyrical songs. I do the storytelling. I do a little bit of everything, and that's because I'm a student of hip hop. Like, I learn through absorption. I love hip hop. I immerse myself in hip hop. I'm around hip hop all the time. I always have been. So, like, I've always been around hip hop. I mean, like 5, 6, 7 years old, it has always been in my life. So that being said, like, it's second nature for me to just be a little versatile. I feel like a good artist should be versatile. I feel like if you're doing the same type of song over and over again, you're not a versatile artist. You're not going to last. So
you know what I mean? So
right, nobody wants to hear the same song 40 times.
No.
So that being said, I think that my style is versatile. People compare me to Rodiga. People compare me to E. People compare me to MC Light. People compare me to Fabulous. People compare me to Jadakiss. I get compared to a lot of people who I'm very grateful to be compared to.
Right. Well, let me tell you, I'm not going to compare you to any of those people. I'm going to say that you are just you. You original. You Venomiss. So
that's right.
I'm not going to compare you to those are good people you mentioned, but
they're great people. But yeah, at the end of the day, I'm still me. I do it my way. I don't bite off of anybody's style. I pay homage, but I keep it moving. Like, I'm not somebody. I believe everybody brings a different grade of fabric to the tapestry that's hip hop,
yes.
And I feel like I have my own thread in this place, and I feel like it may not be there yet, but it's gonna get there, and it's gonna be like, you're gonna mention my name in those top 10 conversations at some point. Okay, we claim it in 2018.
Right. Venomiss. But I'm not claiming it all 2018. You better save it, girl. Winning all 2018, y'all.
That's right.
We
speak it into existence.
You better claim it. You got it. That's what I tell people all the time. Oh, I don't know if I got this. Man, you better just claim it.
Claim it. You know what? The energy you put out is the energy you get back. I say that all the time. So if you put out energy that's unsure, you're gonna get unsure results.
Okay. You gotta go hard or go home, and that's just what it is. You feel me? So we just keeping it real on the takeover, y'all. I'm just saying.
Yep.
That's what we do on here. You know what I mean? Now, who gave you the name Venomiss?
So when I was like 14 years old, I was rapping and stuff. I would rap just in little circles with my homeboys and stuff, and battle local kids and local people, and jump in ciphers. I would go to events, and I wasn't old enough to get any events, so I would rap outside, which always resulted in somebody wanting to battle me, and then we battle, and I'd win, and everybody's like, oh, little girl, whoop you, you know, like, it was just crazy. So by the time I was like 17 or so, I was like, yo, I really need a rap name at this point, because I'm doing shows, I'm in studios, like, I'm not, it's not just a hobby at this point, like, it's actually starting to turn into something.
Right.
And I was walking my homeboy, and we used to like crack jokes on each other. And then this one day, I just wasn't in the mood. I was like, I don't know what was wrong with me. I was just mad. I didn't feel like talking to nobody. He kept going and going and going, and he would hit me and run away, and hit me and run away, just talking junk. And I turned around, and I verbally ripped him so bad.
Oh, wow.
I verbally ripped him so bad. He just stood there at the end of the street and watched me walk all the way down, like a mile down the street before he caught up to me. And he was like, yo, that's messed up. Why you gotta be so venomous all the time, yo? Why you gotta do that? Why you gotta act like that? You're so effing venomous. So for like 2 weeks, he just, every time he see me, hey, Venomiss, I'm like, stop calling me that. And he's like, hey, Venomiss. And then everybody else started calling me that. So it's literally been my name since high school.
That is hot.
Yeah, so shout out to Craig, because, he told me he would kill me if I changed my name, so I never did, but, it's one of those things that just naturally came. I never really had a nickname, so it was kind of like, not outside of the family. I never really had a nickname. I just was my government name, so I was like, okay, well, that stuck, so whatever. And it fits.
It definitely fits you. It does. Yes.
It fits. It definitely fits.
I like how I say it. Venomiss.
Yeah.
I love it. Like, it's just hot. You know what I mean? And it's catchy, so.
Yeah.
That's a real good look.
And at the time, everybody was Miss something or Little something. I didn't want to be Miss nothing. I didn't want to be Little nothing. I wanted a name that when you saw it, you didn't know if I was a girl or a guy. But when you listened to the music, you knew what I was. And Venomiss fit because I could change the N to MISS. So then it became Venomiss.
Right.
Yeah.
That's hot, though.
Yeah.
That's with a V. So
yeah. Make it even better.
I know, right? That sounds girly to me, so hey.
Right.
It's what it is. Y'all be on the lookout for Venomiss, but she coming for y'all, man. She coming.
Facts.
Be on the lookout. Now, tell the people, how do you balance being a mother and an artist?
It's definitely difficult. There's some days where I lose a whole lot of sleep. There's other days where it's easy. I'm a single parent, so I don't get I'm not from North Carolina, so I really don't know a whole bunch of people here. Not to mention, I ain't just leaving my kids with whoever, I'm just not that way. But my daughter, that's the only child I have, she makes it easy because she's my biggest fan. She's like, Mommy, do you have a show? Mommy, are you going to be on radio? Mommy, did you record something new? And she knows my choruses and everything, so she makes it easy because it's cute. Oh, it's so cute. She be singing my choruses. I'll be catching her. She be at the table singing. And I'm like, are you singing my song? She's like, yes, but I didn't sing the bad words. So she makes it rewarding. She's very appreciative of my time, and she's very understanding when I have to go do shows. And I waited until she was a certain age. Like, I took 6 years off because I didn't want to start back on tours and stuff until she was old enough to be explained to. And I'm lucky that she's a smart kid. So by the time she was 3 or 4 years old, she already got it. Like, okay, Mommy, bye. Right. So my mom helps me out. It's a lot of balancing. It's definitely a lot of balancing because you're still responsible for providing, for putting food on the table, for taking care of those aspects as well. And, you know, and then my mom helps me with the care of her, which kind of helps me when I'm out on shows. So, you know, but I've got a good balance at this point. I do my calendar way in advance, so I know where I'm supposed to be, where I'm supposed to be. I know when I need somebody to go get her. You know what I mean? I try to do my schedule pretty far in advance. And I've gotten a good balance at this point. It's been 2 years now, 2.5 years since I've been back at music, and I've gotten a great routine down. So
that's very good. Well, shout out to all the single mothers out there, y'all. I'm not.
Yes. It's definitely not easy, but shout out to single moms. You know, I know it's a thankless job sometimes, but you know what? The world appreciates you because you're raising the next king or queen. So shout out to single moms.
Yes, the single moms rule, and that's real talk. Because it's definitely not easy, man, raising kids. Because some kids are bad. Oh
Mine is, and I'm very lucky. She's a good girl. She's a straight A student. Good. She's smart. She wants to be a veterinarian. She's a great kid. And I'm very, very lucky she's a great kid. And, you know, it makes my job easier because I'm not fighting that battle, too.
That's good, though. That's real good. That she's very well behaved, you know what I mean?
Yes. Because mommy don't play. Just saying.
Don't play. Right now. Question, I'm interested to know what you're going to say. Being that this is a dominated male industry, do you feel you're up against a challenge?
Always. As a female in a male industry, you're always going to be up against a challenge. That's the bottom line. Like, we're in a male-dominated world. So we're always, whether it's music or whether it's the job pool, you're always going to be up against, you know, the odds. And I'm going to give an example. You know, I was working, because guess what? I'm a regular person. I've had jobs, and I was working a job, and 80% of the staff was men.
Huh?
You know, wow. Yeah, 80% of the staff, and not just in that location, but in the country, 80% of the staff was men. So that being said, you know, as a female, when you cross into an industry that's not female dominated, you're always going to be up against something, whether it's the corporate field, whether it's the music field, no matter what it is, you're going to be up against something. And it's a matter of not getting down on yourself because the men don't understand you. You have to get to a point where you don't care if they understand you or not, because you understand you.
All right now. Okay. Now.
You know, and that's the point I'm at with my music. Is like, I stopped trying to make them understand me and started just being happy with who I was and who I wanted them to know I was. And I saw, you know, in the time that I came back to music, I saw a huge difference in the way I was treated because of how I was treating myself.
Yeah, true. Hey, I just put it like this: women can do anything a man can do, and
that's right.
Do it better. You know what I mean? So
that's right.
I feel like nobody is better than each other because we all can do it. That's
right.
The way I put it, you know what I mean? Nobody is better. So
right.
That's all the women and the men in the world.
I mean, we were not put on this world to run the exact same courses. You see what I'm saying? So a man is not going to understand a woman's struggle to that extent, and a woman's not going to understand a man's struggle to that point. You know what I mean? Like, we can sympathize with each other, and we can understand some of it, but we can't understand all of it. So that being said, you can't convince the man to do certain things for you or whatever, because they may not, and that's fine, and you have to be okay with that and be able to hold your head high and keep on working towards your goal.
Yes, that's very, 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 very true. You better say it, girl. That is a fact. I love that answer.
Thank you.
That's a good one.
I don't let it get me down. I mean, I use it as motivation. I've always taken pride in being the female in the room. You know, I've always taken pride in that. I've done shows where I'm the only female. I've done shows where I'm the only female in the building. I've done shows where there's no females in the crowd. I mean, like, it just, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. It's just, you know, and it's funny because women buy more music than men, statistically.
Girl, you ain't lying.
Women buy more music than men, but it's a male-dominated industry on both ends, on the fan side and on the front side. Like the fans that come out to the shows are mostly men.
Yeah. But
the fans that buy the music are mostly women.
Yep.
So it's a kind of an interesting dynamic there. So you kind of got to appeal to both.
Yeah, That's very, very, very true. Yes, I love it. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Now, y'all, her new single Roofie is coming up, so y'all stay tuned for that. Don't go nowhere because it's coming. Don't go nowhere because get ready for these bars she about to hit y'all with, though. I don't know if y'all gonna be ready for this.
They're not ready.
Anywho, no, they're not ready. They better get ready if they know. Now, do you have any acknowledgments you would like to give?
Yes, I want to shout out Federal District Records, Nimrod, Joey Bats, Cal, Shamika, Liberty, Jules, Sean Smith. We got a heck of a team. Sean Smith, DJ Quiet Storm. Just shout out to all of them. Janet Lee, she just came on in our PR department. Shout out to her. Yeah, so, I just want to shout out everybody who's ever taken the time to listen to my music, everybody who's ever come out to a show, everybody who's ever taken the time to inbox me and say, yo, what's up? Like, I like your music. I appreciate y'all. Y'all keep me moving. The listeners for rocking with me. And shout out to you for having me, Mike Styles.
Definitely.
Mike Styles. Shout out to Mike Styles. That was my first interview when I came back was Mike Styles.
I actually remember that interview. I know all about your
that was my first interview when I came back to music. So actually, I appreciate him. He's always been supportive of my career. So definitely a good look. Yeah. So and Team Venomiss.
Yes, Team Venomiss all the way. Okay,
yeah.
Go ahead and give the people your social media handles where they can follow you.
All right. Anywhere on the web, it's Venomiss. ITSVENOMISS. VenomissWorld.com. You can Google me. I'm Googleable. I made that word up, but I am Googleable. Right. You can find me on Google if you type in Venomiss. Pretty much everything that comes up there is me. I'm active on social media, so if you comment, I'm a comment and talk back to you. Like, that's just me. So definitely follow me, find me, talk to me, let me know your thoughts on this interview if you find me, and just enjoy the ride. It's a good ride. So find me on the web. It's Venomiss.
Yes, y'all. Make sure y'all be sure to follow her because she's doing her thing. And I'm actually following you everywhere right now.
Yes, you are.
Don't you worry.
We are locked in.
Yes, I got you. And at this time, you can go ahead and introduce your single, Roofie, on the Takeover with Vanity the Boss Lady. Let's go.
Yes. Check out Roofie, new from Venomiss, right now.
And I will be right back, y'all. This is the Takeover with your girl, Vanity the Boss Lady. Don't go nowhere, y'all, and enjoy.
Yo, picture perfect shorty, I just left LA. They miss me in my city, tell them I can stay. Nope. He said he wanna knock it all the way down. Man, my plane just touched down. Touchdown, like I'm about to run the play. Threw it back twice, like I'm Hardaway. Legend in my league, I watch him overdose. Put it on a real good comatose. Front dash just called. Told him put another day up on my black card. Right? Tell him I don't want no interruptions. Been stressing all weekend, I'm about to get in something, you know. I'm drugs to my baby like a roofie. These bars ain't holding nothing, what they proof me. And matter of fact, I don't even care. Tell him pull up at my telly, I'll be waiting there. Do you really want me? Do you like what you see? Do you really want me? Well, baby, come and get it from me now. Do you really want me? Do you like what you see? Don't you? Do you really want me? Well, baby, come and get it from me now. Relax your mind, set your conscience free. I done had a couple drinks so they can't bother me. I watch them duplicate, they do it sloppily. God is on my flow, so only guys can be on top of me. No ceilings yet, you stuck up on that ground floor. Yeah, I see you, but you stuck up on that ground floor. Elevators, penthouse up to the top floor. I ain't famous yet, but these need to do more. Do more, they need to do better. It's Trap Queen, except we getting bread and grind together. City views, keep it wetter than some bad weather. Realist on his team, so he can get it now forever, you know. I'm drugs to my baby like a roofie. These chicks ain't holding nothing, what they proof be. And matter of fact, I don't even care. Cause when he pull up at the telly, I'll be waiting there. Do you really want me? what you see. Don't you? Do you really want me? Oh, baby, come and get it from me then.